sharp. Jesus, when hunting up in North Texas, spied this first hog way out there at 425 yards, and before starting my stalk realized that he was part of a sounder that's there in the trees at 375 yards. Here I've approached the sounder. Looks like I've got one wallowing in the tank. The wind is generally in my favor. I would like to at least start off with a sow, so I'm trying to identify my first target. Then I'm going to be shooting with my Lone Star Armory TX15 multi-purpose carbine enhanced, shooting 6.5 Grendel Hornet DSST 123 grain factory ammunition. And as usual, I'm getting video through my IR Hunter Mark III thermal weapon sight. That's going to be a big boar right there. That will not be my first target. As I get readjusted on my rifle. Still trying to identify a sow, but the vegetation is getting in the way of doing that. That looks like a boar. Then for unknown reasons, the hog spooks. I decide now's the time to shoot. And as I try to pivot with the hogs, I get caught up in the glove grass, keeping my feet from moving. I'm kind of at an angle taking these shots. Finally dropping the hog right there. I miss it in the grass, it stands up, and that does her in. The first hog turned out to be a sow, coming in at 135 pounds. The second hog on the run was a 170-pound sow that was pregnant.
Brass catcher by Tactical Brass Recovery.
And as you may have noticed, the brass catcher is missing from my rifle. The rail on which it was attached had screws that came loose, and it fell off at the point at which I was shooting. I have the brass catcher resting on a 235-pound boar. It was the third hog shot. It was shot on the run at 60 yards. And the last hog, the one that gave me so much trouble, was a 185-pound sow. Moving on to my next property. I've got hogs out there by a tank and further hogs out in the middle of the field. I expect that they will run in this direction when the shooting starts, and I would like to go after the far sounder, but the wind is actually in the wrong orientation and it will spook the bigger sounder that's at the tank, and so I'm going to go after the sounder at the tank. So here I've gotten closer. There's a low tank dam in front of me, and the hogs are behind it on the other side. And here I've moved up to the edge of the tank dam, looking over the water. And again, I'm looking for a sow to shoot. And as this hog gets out of the way, this was one that I've identified. Here we go. Hogs number 2 and 3 are both hit and run in different directions, and I lose complete track of them and never find them again. And I figure most of these hogs are pretty far out there, but not as far as I thought. That shot misses, but this hog comes to a stop, and I miss it stationary, but I pick it up on the run. The shot connects, and here I'm just going to follow it as it runs and wait for it to go down. And that's where the hog drops right there. Only I can see that it's still moving. First shot is a little low. Finishing shot nails it at 355 yards. The first hog turned out to be a 180-pound sow. And the last hog at 355 yards was a smaller 90-pound sow. Carpe sus, my friends.